I know also kind of successful online entrepreneurs who are coaches and selling maybe an online course or something. They still have problem with charging enough. Like there's like a mindset, they're coming to block. And I think this is one of the most important questions that you can help people with. It's like this, this pricing thing. So how do you look at pricing based on what the value is? Because the worst thing is, like, I think all our coaches want to help people. So where is the limit of helping, pricing? How much money should I take for this? What are your opinion on that?
Okay, so we always presume that if we have a challenge, we presume that other people share that challenge. So people who maybe don't eat well, they presume that eating really well is difficult for everybody, and it's not. Some people, like me, I mean, I got the hang of that really early on. Just happily eat vegetables all day and drink water, right, and tea. People who really find interpersonal relationships and friendships difficult, they then have this idea of relationships and friendships are difficult. Same thing if you are someone who cash flow is difficult, bringing in money is difficult for you, then your presumption is that everybody finds it difficult. So very often, if you're a caring person, you're trying to save the other person from a difficulty that they might not even have. So that's the first part. And then the second part is, imagine if they have a difficulty with bringing in money. They need to learn, just like you, how to just get over that and how to start to understand that it's just about asking and then not trying to do their half of it, not trying to worry about, are they going to be able to just be able to say, this is my price, this is how we do it, I really hope I see you next week, and not, let me coach you for free for an hour and send you a message that bolsters up the idea that somehow money is difficult, or gives you an idea that I don't value my time. Now, having said that, I also don't agree with this thing of, well, I know that when you get coached with me, it's going to be worth millions to you, so I'm going to charge you, £50,000 to hang out with me for a year. I don't agree with that, because there is a reality to it as well. And so what we do in my company is we just make it really easy for people to get in. And then after that, at their own pace, which, they get proud of themselves, and so the pace is quite fast, they can then opt in for the stuff that is at a higher price point. But you, as the coach, you can't try and solve that problem for them. That's theirs. That's not yours to solve, if it is a problem, and it might not even be. I've had people who have said, yeah, I'd really love to get one-to-one coaching with you. Like, I'd really love to do a VIP day with you, but I don't want to break into my savings. And I just go, okay, so how much do you have in savings? And they're like, 200,000 euros. I'm like, okay, and what did you save up for? Just in case I need it for something. And I'll just be like, something like coaching, maybe. So you would be amazed. And often, just a little tweak where you can just unlock something for someone, and they say, oh, I don't have that money right now. And I say, yeah, but you will, because after this phone call, you're going to think differently, believe differently. You're going to start to notice different things. You're going to want different things. You're going to be acting in a very different way, knowing that your life can be phenomenal. So you'll start to bring that money in. Start with something really simple. Look around you. What do you not use that can be sold? And people from there, they're just kind of like, okay, well, I just made a couple £100 selling my kids' clothes that they grew out of. What else can I do? And that's what I love about the brain. That's what I love about us as humans, is that we're really good at seeking more. Like, we're really good. We're kind of like foraging for everything, not just for food. And so we start to forage for opportunity very differently when we have a reason. In the same way as we forage for food as cave people when we're hungry, we forage for everything as adventurers in money, health, relationships, opportunities, stage time. Like, we forage for that when we're hungry for life, when we're just hungry for all of it, knowing that, one day we're going to have to leave. I'm going to be 110. I've decided that a chandelier is going to fall on me as I skateboard past, but that day will come. And so today I can do things. So why would I just collapse? Why would I just go into a smaller earlier version of myself. And I have every sympathy for people who do keep going back into that smaller, earlier version of themselves. That's you trying to protect you. But in fact, it's not the way to move forward, because the bigger problem that you're trying to protect from has passed. If it isn't, you definitely need to get help to get yourself in a safe place. Sometimes I will meet with people who are in a really, really physically or financially unsafe place. And the very first thing we got to do is we've got to get you safe. We got to get you away from there. We got to get you contracted. We've got to get you, so sometimes it's that. But for most people, it's just teaching the system, teaching the body that it's okay. You're safe now. You're going to be believed. You're not going to be snarled at. You're not going to be looked down on. No one is going to threaten to take away love just because you want to be super awesome. And these are often things that we unconsciously it's going on. We don't even realize until someone says it, like, oh yeah, that's it. That's like, I was taught that I couldn't outshine my siblings, and that somehow I wouldn't be part of the tribe. And I've kept that lesson, even though I hardly ever see my siblings. Anything like that, any realization like that, it just takes you on the next step and the next step. And when you've got realization, building on realization, building on realization, that's when it starts to get really juicy.